one aspect also, aside from hopefully them identifying that you have the knowledge, is I also like to dress pretty well. And like you were asking earlier about the dress code, I guess on the very casual end, it would be like polo and nice jeans. But that's really on the casual side. Most people in my department and the College of Engineering, they dress maybe nicer pants and like something like with blazer, or at least a dress shirt. Depends on the season. We have long summers here in California, so it's a bit, you know, more casual overall. But I dress definitely on the formal end of the spectrum, and from there I've been doing it for some years. Aside from teaching, I like to dress
That's
nice.
who you are, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And from there they're like, okay, this guy probably, you know, when you have a company and you have meetings, people wear suits, right? And that's for a reason. So like I can apply that into the classroom as well. So I can kind of have a separation also a little bit. I stand in front of the whiteboard, dressing a bit nicer. And you know, that's just clothing though. Like also what's very important is the confidence, right? The way you talk. If I start doubting myself, or if I really don't know what I'm doing or saying, then I will use a lot of credibility. But then because the subjects I do teach, I know very well, I will make it in a way that the students will understand what I'm saying. Then I think from there, even though I look younger than them, or perhaps am even younger than them, they won't mind.
Đúng rồi. Thì là cái tự tin của mình tin tưởng mình nói gì, mình phải biết mình đang làm gì, thì họ sẽ tin mình hơn. Thì khi mà mình nói mình không biết mình làm gì, mình còn không tin mình mà ai tin mình. Thì khi mà như mà Tony đây đã ăn mặc chỉnh tề, là đã thích rồi, mặc suit, mặc đồ vest, mặc kia, thì khi mình bước ra thì họ thấy cái người này giống như là, tuy là mình nhìn trẻ nhưng mà cái lòng tin của mình với lại cái cách suy nghĩ mình nó đã chững chạc hơn rồi, mature hơn rồi. Thì that's good. Thì ở đây Chelsea biết là quý vị nào đang xem chương trình thì suy nghĩ là họ có con em đang muốn học trong ngành giáo, thì họ muốn làm sao mà cho con em follow your steps, là một người giảng viên rất là trẻ. Thì bây giờ can you tell us more about how do you get to where you're at right now?
Sure. So I'll share first how to get to become a secondary school teacher first, because it's pretty similar. Where of course get your degree first. What you want to teach is the degree you're going to get. And as a secondary school teacher, you'll go the path with credential, you know, that path, you know, become certified within the state. For my position, it's a bit different, where we need at least a master's degree, but PhD is strongly preferred. And really, you become, as someone who teaches higher education, you become the expert of a certain field within your major, right? So for me, it's electronics, and I'll take that and apply to all the universities that are out there. You know, sometimes you don't get to work where you live. That's a lot of times you have to move to another state. A lot of times, California is pretty saturated market. Like, you know, a lot of jobs here. It's hard to get these jobs. So it's really persistence, build up. In academia, we call it CV. So it's like a resume, but listing everything you've done.
Cover letter.
Different curriculum vitae, yeah.
Okay.
But cover letter is part of that application, and it's multiple pages, like a multiple page long resume. You list everything, all your research, all your appearances on, let's say, TV, on radio, and everything you've done, every paper you've written, submit that. And one of those department chairs or deans will like your profile, and then they will hire you on board.
Wow. Vậy là cái đâu có dễ đâu, it's not easy at all. Thì khi mà nếu mà quý vị nào mà học, con em quý vị là muốn tương lai mà làm trong giáo viên mà trong nhà trường như là lớp mẫu giáo trở lên, hay là tới lớp 12, thì mình phải đi học mấy credential, mình chỉ cần bằng BA thôi. Nhưng mà khi mình dạy những nhà trường Cal State or University trở lên đó, thì bằng ít nhất là phải có bằng master. Thì họ muốn khuyến khích thêm là lấy bằng PhD, là doctorate or things like that. Nhưng mà khi mà dù cho mình có bằng doctorate or PhD hay bằng master gì cũng được, nhưng mà khi mà mình apply cho trường đại học mà như university, thì họ coi lại cái trình độ mình, họ coi cái resume mình, họ coi tất cả hết luôn, lịch sử mình như thế nào nữa, rồi xong người dean phải thích mình, phải chịu mình, giống như interview vậy đó, thì họ accept, họ mới mướn, chứ không phải là ai cũng được. Thì you have to have something.
Right. So if I had just, let's say, done a master's degree with no work experience, I don't think anyone would have hired me. It's because I came from a relatively specialized field with electronics within the medical device industry that I had something to bring to university that is not super common. And I took that, and also some of my research experience I did during graduate school, I combined it into a package that was appealing to certain universities. So there's a bit of luck involved for sure. And it's just a bit of like what is in demand and can you provide that.
Vậy là mình cũng có thêm cái kinh nghiệm đời sống, kinh nghiệm làm việc trước khi đó rồi. Thì như là Tony đây là đã làm engineering trong ngành nghề đó 4 năm rồi. Rồi sau đó là apply vô, rồi có nghĩa là khi mà họ nhìn cái resume của mình là mình không phải chỉ có cái bằng master hay không, hay là bằng cao hơn, mà mình phải có kinh nghiệm và bằng cấp đàng hoàng nữa. Thì là không phải là may mắn đâu, một cái tài năng, cái gì đó, cái năng khiếu để mà cho họ chấp nhận. Thì you did great for like doing all of this, so I'm very surprised, like amazed. Do you have a counselor who taught you all these, or you just did it on your own?
Looking back, I didn't talk to a counselor very often, although they can definitely guide you to the right path, because the path for me to get to this point wasn't planned, I would have to say. You know, I graduated with a bachelor's degree like most people, and I started working as an engineer. I did really enjoy it. It was nice. And I was thinking, how can I become better? Right, of course you can work longer, learn more, and I would have done that, but I thought the route going to graduate school would be also nice, right? You can still work on this at the same time, so that's what I did for the most part. And when I finished with graduate school, I thought like, okay, academia is interesting. So once you do a master's, half a door opens.
Right.
So then you're like, okay, or a quarter of that door, so you kind of really have to push through it. So then from there you do more research, perhaps you work in a field that is in demand. So I was able to combine that, and like you're saying, it's not just luck, but also like finding the luck, really, and really finding that. And I was actually not 100% convinced regarding teaching or research. Actually, I am passionate about teaching now, very much so. But at that time, I wasn't too sure, so I was thinking, maybe we'll try it for a year. If I don't like, I can go back to be an engineer again. And it turns out I really enjoy it. I love it. So I'm here, and I will still be around for a while. And it's just kind of like finding your passion, really, like something you tell kids all the time.
This is older kids. Thì ở đây là khi mà Tony đã không nghĩ là mình sẽ ngồi ở chức vụ bây giờ là giảng viên của CSULB Long Beach, thì ngày xưa học lấy bằng bachelor thôi, rồi sau đó làm engineering. Nhưng mà khi mà học qua bằng master, thì khi mà quý vị mà học bằng master rồi, hay ai đó học master, thì cái cánh cửa nó mở, như là mở lớn hơn, rộng hơn, thì mình có nhiều cái opportunities hơn, nhiều cái chọn lựa cho mình hơn. Thì ở đây là Tony đã được có thêm một cái mà đẩy đưa một cái đam mê để mà sau này cuối cùng giảng dạy, nhưng mà không nghĩ là mình sẽ dạy lâu ngày, thử 1 năm nhưng mà thành giờ 4 năm. It could be longer and longer more. You could be tired of that position too. Thì là do you have any future plan or anything in the longer run, you know, like doctorate degrees or anything?
Absolutely. So I actually was thinking of different options. For one spectrum, going back to engineering, I'm not saying I don't like it, but perhaps something like part-time as a consultant to, because I really got to the point where I am through my engineering experience, so I'm extremely grateful for that, and perhaps want to be at least a part-time engineer and to maybe get some more experience in new field perhaps, or go a different direction. The other extreme would be to open my own school, so perhaps a private school, and maybe not a college, but it doesn't have to be engineering either. It could be like a science school or even like an English school, a math school. And I was actually have been seriously thinking about going that direction as well.
Well, good luck, thank you. Thì ở đây là Tony có một ước mơ là quý vị cũng biết là sau này mình không biết được, có thể là mở cái trường tư, trường nhỏ gì đó, mình không biết được tương lai như thế nào, nhưng mà Chelsea chúc cho Tony lúc nào cũng may mắn và lúc nào cũng lên bước hết. Thì mình không còn đủ thời gian nữa, thì trước khi mình chia tay chương trình, before we go, is there anything you want to say to your students, audience, viewers, or anyone?
To my students and to all students out there, just stay strong. I know we're in difficult times, but if you stick through whatever you're doing, you'll get through it. And there's always an end of the light at the end of the tunnel, right? So I'm very grateful to be here. So hopefully that was, I've learned something. Hopefully y'all learned a little bit, and No, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So I can translate one thing for you là Tony vừa nói là sau cái đường hầm sẽ có ánh sáng, thì Chelsea cũng đồng ý là sau mùa Covid này là ai cũng sẽ rút kinh nghiệm và học hỏi hơn. Mình sẽ biết thương yêu quý vị như là bạn thân, bạn bè. Quý vị cũng sẽ tận hưởng mỗi phút giây bên cạnh người mà mình thương và mỗi phút giây sống. Thì thank you so much for being on the show, và Chelsea cảm ơn quý vị rất nhiều và hẹn gặp lại trong chương trình kỳ sau.